Day one of the major in the bag. Wow. It was impressive. I can't believe it's done already. I also can't believe how dark it is. I wish I could record these during the day so that you could see, but this is fine. So yeah, day one is over. It was a really long day. I stayed up incredibly late last night, so there's something here at the hotel called Midnight Snack. And I think they know players tend to play pretty late, and they just have something usually fun for them to have late at night, and it starts at 11 and goes later, obviously. And I met some cool people. I hung out with a couple of people. I met someone who works with PGL, and I got to hear his story about how he got into esports, and it's really fun to hear these stories, to see how people went from, what's considered a normal life to kind of jumping into all of this. And it was fascinating. So I ended up staying up until like 1 a.m. talking and kind of learning and hearing about this guy's experiences, which was really cool. But I'm like a little kid on Christmas and cannot sleep in, so I woke up at 8 a.m. and I was awake. Really awake. And I really wanted to go back to sleep, and I couldn't do it, so I was exhausted. But I got ready in MIRANA and had breakfast and went to the venue. And MIRANA was a lot warmer than expected, so I lugged a coat around with me all day that I really didn't need. It was in like the 40s, which is, I don't know, 2 to 6 degrees Celsius, something like that. So it wasn't unmanageable, especially seeing as how MIRANA is just fur everywhere. Just so much fur. But I don't know, it was great. The venue was really cool. It felt a lot like ESL New York, actually. The stage setup, the fact that we were in a theater, even the blue lights, it felt like being at ESL New York. The difference is this theater's a lot bigger and it has multiple layers to it. So something you guys probably don't see on stream is the fact that there's an entire balcony layer as well, that there's people who can sit up there too. And so today, Wednesday, we knew it was going to be the lowest attended event, but the crowd was still super hype and exciting. I mean, the USA chants that we all love. It was a really cool experience. I have one of these. So normal people who don't have one of these just have like paper tickets for the door, and so you have a separate ticket for every day. So I bought tickets, I gave them away to someone else because I didn't need them anymore. And so if you're a guest of the team, you get this guest pass, and you just walk in and you're like, yo, I'm a guest, and you don't have to scan anything. Security is pretty fussy, I would say. They looked at my MIRANA bow and they were like, what's this made out of? Plastic. It's fine. And then I just kind of walked in because I put a lot of work into that bow and I don't want them to take it away from me. That would be rude. That would be totally unacceptably rude. So, yeah, but that was fine. And, they take away all your food and drinks and stuff so that you buy the things they have inside, which they have giant Reese's. So I was pretty happy with that. The games were exciting. Everything ended up being a 2-0 today, which I expected WG to 2-0 Cole. I expected EG to beat Wings. I didn't know if that would be a 2-1 or a 2-0. I figured EG would win. I don't think their group stage was them at their full percentage. And Wings was at their full percentage, and they definitely struggled. So I didn't expect them to win today. I was surprised that every series was a 2-0. IG Vitality almost taking the game against them. Oh my goodness, VP must have been so scared. But then IG was like, yo, let's throw this. That'll be cool. So that was pretty cool to watch. I don't know, the way PGL are doing things is really cool. The intros for the players are pretty hype. It's really exciting to watch them walk out on stage, you know, all the lights flashing and everything. I don't know what it looks like on stream, but for me, being there, it's really exciting, and the crowd is awesome. As always, there were a few glitches today. I'm sure plenty of people saw them. At one point, so I don't know if anybody realizes this who wasn't at the venue, but the game Capitalist and Merlini were casting, Cap's mic started cutting out so the audience couldn't hear it at all, and it was this super exciting fight. Like, you know, the enemy team's trying to go high ground. It's just everything's going crazy, and barracks are being taken, and heroes are dying, and people don't have buyback. And it was like the end of the game, and it was super exciting, and his mic is dying, and you can see him, like, he's really frustrated, and there's all this stuff going on, and eventually some, like, PGL people come over, and they switch out his microphones, and it was incredible because they handed him a new headset, he put it on his head, and suddenly he was just, bam, right into the team fight, full energy, incredible hype, like, just going crazy. And I was so impressed. I was like, whoa, like, that would throw me off so much. You're sitting there, you're in front of this huge crowd, it's a major, it's a Valve event, you want to do your best, and, like, your microphone's cutting out, and you're letting people down. And the second that you can, you just launch right back in. And that was so cool. Like, that's what passion is. That's what these events get to show you, right? Like, online, when you're not at an event, or when you're not around people, or when you don't see the conditions as they're happening, you don't always know what's going on, and you won't get the same feeling. And just getting to be there today and see all these things, and see all these little nuances, and the way that everybody just, like, rises to the occasion, and really just their passion is coming. It was really cool to see. It was like, it was just a reaffirmation of that's why I love everything that I do, and that's why this is all so much fun, and it's worth it, and it's amazing. So it was so exciting. I don't know. I loved it. I really loved it. I got to meet a lot of people today. I was the only person in cosplay, like, definitely the only person in cosplay. Oh, the Meepo girls, women, whatever, did show up later in the day at like 5 or 6 p.m. I saw 3 of them being, like, escorted in or whatever, so I don't know. They arrived probably at some point today and got ready and came over to the venue. So I did see them, but for most of the day it was just me, which was interesting. It was weird because I love taking pictures with people. I love meeting people. Cosplay is a lot of fun because it kind of brings people together, and it makes it easier for people to come and talk to you. Whereas if you're not in cosplay, people won't feel like they have a reason to talk to you, so you could sit there alone and everyone will just ignore you because they don't have a reason to come say hi, even if you just want to meet people who are just as obsessed about this stuff as you are. So cosplay is really nice for that, because even the shyest, most nervous of people, they see you dressed up as one of their favorite characters, and they're much more willing to approach you. So that's really fun. But despite that, I'm not used to it being everyone, literally everyone, because there's no other cosplayers there. To the point where people thought I was hired to be there. They thought, like, Valve or PGL or someone hired me to be there to, like, take pictures with people and stuff, because I was the only one, so they figured this is an event where people dress up, so, like, you must be getting paid to dress up. And I'm like, no. I just want to do this. I'm just one of those crazy people. So that was kind of interesting. I had a lot of people think I was Crystal Maiden. Irritating. Slacks was like, yay, nice Crystal Maiden. I was like, dude, no. He was like, sorry, you got all the fur. Sorry. I was like, Crystal Maiden. I was carrying a giant bow. A big I'll survive. Tomorrow's Enchantress, which, when I posted it online, a lot of people thought it was Femme Huskar, which I could honestly see, actually. I'm not blue, but my hair is all wild and crazy, and I'm carrying a spear, and I don't know, I'm going to make growly faces? No, Enchantress doesn't do that. She's all smiles, and we are one with the wildflowers. Brooke, yeah, no. I'm going to have to work on that one. That's not... Yeah. Mirana might have suited me a little bit better. I freaked out some people because I was watching the games, and it was Cole versus WG, and before the game started, I said, Cole are going to lose. And they didn't believe me at all. And, like, everyone had Cole the favorites. And I was just like, Cole's not going to win. And, of course, they got stomped the first game. And then the second game, it kind of looked like Cole were doing well. And the guy I was sitting with was like, oh, not so cheery now. Because I was watching the games. And I was like, I don't change my facial expression when I watch Dota. I just sit here and watch it. And the guy next to me, like, muttered resting bitch face. And I was like, well, at least it's appropriate for Mirana, okay? I guess when I'm Enchantress tomorrow, I'll have to smile the entire time, because Enchantress is much more smiley. It's fine. I smile. Sometimes. It's just when I watch Dota, like, I'm theory crafting in my head, I'm thinking about stuff, I'm trying to predict what's going to happen next. I like, watch it really analytically, and... I don't smile. I don't get excited. I don't really look sad, and unless it's NP playing, and then like if things are going poorly, my head is in my hands and I'm just panic. And then my facial expression also doesn't change, but at least you can tell I'm stressed. And you know, if they're doing well, I sit there and I breathe and I yell at people not to jinx them. You know, so those are you see a little more emotions when they play. But when other teams play, I just kind of sit and watch and wait and see what happens, and it kind of freaks people out because my face doesn't move at all. So I was actually fairly amused by that, yeah. But it was a really cool day. I left the venue because I was getting uncomfortable. I'd been in my cosplay all day. I'd been sitting there all day. I kind of needed to get up and change. And I had every intention of changing and going back, potentially, for the last game, and then I fell asleep. So that didn't happen. But it was really sweet. The theater's not that far from the hotel, but I do take a shuttle. I have walked it once, but I take the shuttle because it's easier when I'm carrying a giant bow. Yeah. And, yeah, just cool event. Tomorrow, let's see, tomorrow's Enchantress, tomorrow NP plays. The stress is already setting in. I swear I get more stressed than the players do. That's fine. And then Friday's going to be ice skating, which I'm still super excited about, although I think I'm going to switch the rink that we're going to because it was pointed out to me after someone watched my last vlog that if the skates are so bad, it might be a challenge, and aren't there other rinks? So I found another rink and probably give that a shot. And it's open like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it's an outdoor rink, so I'm sure it'll be super cute. And plus, since it's open literally all day, we can kind of pick whenever if there's a lull in games or something. So that'll be really exciting, because after wearing my Mirana all day and being super warm in it, I know that I feel like I could brave the freaking Arctic in that thing. Now, I'm not testing it. I'm just saying it's warm. And it's really easy to move in, and it's comfortable, and it's simple. It's the... I don't know if this one or Beastmaster is more comfortable. Beastmaster didn't have anything around my shoulders, so I didn't have to, like, deal with the strap on my bag over it. But the Mirana one is, like, half a second of inconvenience. So I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite. Actually, can you guys let me know? Because I know y'all have seen my Beastmaster cosplay, and I showed you a little bit of my Mirana one in this. And there's pictures of it floating all over the place. So which one is better? Because I can't decide. I love the Mirana. I think it suits me. I think Beastmaster suits me. There's a ton of fur on both of them. So clearly that's just my wheelhouse. I don't know which one. Which one's better? That's what I want to know from you guys for this vlog. What your favorite series was what series you're most looking forward to, and which cosplay shall reign supreme. I'm feeling a little silly tonight. This is what happens when I take a nap and then have ridiculous Discord conversations. So just a little silly. So with that, I think it's time for me to go to bed. Or, well, midnight snack, and then bed. But it's time for me to say goodbye to you. So, thank you for hanging out with me. And like I said, please leave me comments and let me know how you guys are enjoying the major. And let me know if there's anything else you want to see. And, yeah, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow as long as I don't coma through my next vlogging time. So have a wonderful evening, day, enjoy the Dota, enjoy everything, and bye guys!